back to what Harvey was talking about as far as Reagan, in your book, you say that the greatest threat of nuclear war happened in 1983.
Mhm.
So I I was
So
having
I think
kids.
it's
So tell me, what did I miss?
1983. So 1983 is probably the closest that we come to nuclear war since the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. It just happens to be that in 1983, the tensions, by the fall of 1983, tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union are red hot, essentially. You have the shooting down of the Korean airliner incident in September. Uh, the Soviet Union tries to deny that they had anything to do with this thing. And of course, the tapes come out that yes, they did mistake this thing for I think it was a military aircraft they thought it was, and they shot it down. And Reagan goes into the UN and really kind of hammers them on it. So it becomes a very tense situation with that. Then just kind of following that into October, you've got other things going on. You've got the U.S. invasion of Grenada. You've got the car bomb in November in Lebanon. You've got I want to say Stanislav Petrov is coming around this time too, where he's Stanislav Petrov in the Soviet Union is looking at his radar, seeing like an incoming attack or something like this, and decides that no, he's not going to launch under command because he doesn't think it's real. And so maybe the world gets saved there at that moment. So there's a lot of these kind of like moments that are kind of building up. And then in November of 1983, right, we have this military exercise called Able Archer 83. And what's happening in Able Archer is that this is a routine military exercise, but it's coming amidst all of these tensions, right? Amidst the invasion of Grenada, amidst the Cal shoot down. Tensions are very high between the United States and the Soviet Union. So with regard to this now, this the Able Archer incident, you've got all these heads of state, and they're part no, except for Reagan, but you've got a lot of heads of state who are involved in all this, and it's a military exercise. They count down from DEFCON 5 down to DEFCON 1, which would be like a nuclear attack. And so, because of all these high tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union, there's a lot of fear in the Soviet Union that this is just a cover, right? Like the Soviets are always paranoid. And this is one of the reasons they're paranoid that the United States and NATO will use this as a cover. The Pershing missiles haven't been put into Germany just yet, Western Germany just yet. But that's coming in the next few weeks. And so at that point in time, right, the Soviets are thinking maybe they've already deployed them and maybe they're using this as a cover to launch a nuclear war. And so there's this idea that, one of the intelligence officers, a spy, forgetting his name off the top of my head, goes to the Soviets and says to them, no, this is not actually a cover. There's no actual nuclear war coming. But tensions are very hot. Tensions are, I believe I called them in the book. I was quoting somebody who says that tensions are red hot at this point in time between the United States and the Soviet Union. And so it's because of all these this escalation in the fall, right? Like tensions are very high. The Soviets are going to walk away from the arms control talks, and they weren't going to come back until after Reagan has to face re-election. Because if they come back in 1984 to negotiate with them, they're doing him a political favor. So they're walking away from both the INF talks and the START talks.